Well, I am not doing another Gypsy Rose video right now. It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm not just existing to bring issue to one topic. I'm not trying to get people to realize only one thing. My channel don't touch on only one subject. We do many things over here. Yeah, we do. I gotta go do a load of laundry though real quick. And I'm gonna set my shit up and we are gonna plop down right here on the floor. Let me tell you about an elderly guy that went his whole life without getting caught. You want to hear? You would not imagine the fucking victims this man has created. The one who violated me, he went on to land himself a tier 3 for life due to the fact that I was not his only victim. And there's this elderly man. Let me tell you a little story about an elderly man who made a victim out of every fucking woman he knew. Every woman in his life got victimized by that motherfucker. He was married for 50 fucking years. And for the next 10 years, from the year 2011 to 2020, okay? And how he got caught? Dude, Gisele Pelicot? Hold on, I gotta get a load of laundry, and y'all gotta hear this story. And I'm gonna be Bob the Builder while we do. Yeah, we multitasking in this bitch. Hold up. What's up, neighbors? Sticks to there. I have a story for you guys. You like it? I don't like it. No, I've already recorded this. The cat got me all marked up. I was in the middle of building something. I kept getting sidetracked. Videos kind of all over the place. It's multiple videos put together, and I think I'm going to try and just retell it here. Because, I don't like it. But they want the story told. I want to help get it told. She's fighting for it to be told. Her name is Gisele Pelicot. This poor lady. Now, I know what it's like to be trapped in my body because sorry, I may get raspy every now and again, but I know what it's like to be trapped in my body and not able to move because I had a mom that would keep me medicated, and she put me on all different sorts of stuff, and she said I was so easy to get along with on Respitol. Yeah, that's the stuff that's been recalled. Yeah, that stuff. It made me like a zombie, dude. So you were so easy to get along with on that stuff. But I was a zombie. How you get along with a zombie? You can't. I've been in a coma, too. So, her being comatose. Somebody messing you while you're asleep. At your most vulnerable. I've had that happen to me all through elementary school. Yep. And because nobody ever did anything else about it, the biggest sign in the whole world, the little brother that spoke up, I guess mom and dad didn't believe him. I guess they didn't put 2 and 2 together, so he picked on me about it, and he had some friends join him, and I got picked on all through my childhood. Yeah. It was so much fun for them. It wasn't fun for me. I need to cut my bangs again. Get over it. Please don't judge me. And just get over it. Okay? This has really been helping. Okay? Mucinex. It does the job. I hope I don't have lipstick smear. It looks good, but it's a mess. Anyway, Gisele Pelicot. I don't have my notes anywhere. Her daughter, Caroline. Okay, she has a daughter. She has a couple sons, too. And they've gotten married, and you know what? Those marriages come with daughter-in-laws. Yeah, imagine that. Dominique Pelicot is a monster that needs to be told on. Okay, if my monster is going to be on the list, damn it, her monster is going to be on that list too. Or, well, send him to prison, but have him on the list too anyways, just so that he's always there in remembrance, so it's not forgotten. So that it's not forgotten. Hold on. Alright. I just took another Mucinex, okay? Alright. I know they don't work instantly. I need you to know that too. Dominique Pelicot is a monster that needs to be told on. Okay? He was married for over 50 years. They've been sweethearts since forever. I've got screenshots. I could show you screenshots. The daughter wrote a book. Okay? Caroline Darian, she wrote a book. It's in another language. So, I can't read it. I'm sorry. But, this is a story in France. And this shit's, in the works. And, the children live in Paris. But they're in France. Anyway, for the past decade, he has been putting her in, a state of, chemical submission. They call it chemical submission. And then some of the people are saying that, it's not our wording her if the husband gives us consent. Are you fucking kidding me? What is that? They've identified over 51 men, but there's been 73 of them, all between the ages of 26 to 72 or so. Yeah, from ages 26 to 72. They call them your everyman. Postal workers, firefighter, the guy down the street, the guy at the bakery, the one running the cable bill, all around town. Your everyman. Coming in there and doing what they will. Going into they have these forums, without them knowing or without their knowledge or something. I don't know if I'm not going no further. This site's been deleted. It's since been deleted. Thank goodness. But, yeah, it's one of those stories that it really gets to me. They all live within, this 10-mile radius from her, or maybe it's a 30-mile radius. And they're really close. One of them lives right down the street, 5 houses down. Ugh. And she has seen some of them out in the neighborhood, and I'm sure more of them have seen her than what she recognizes. She went, okay, here's the thing. The husband got in trouble because he was caught at the supermarket flashing his cell phone up underneath the skirts, taking pictures, and he'd put them on these sites and these forums, and then he'd have these guys come over and do this shit to his wife, and the wife thought they were going to the police station just to I don't know, talk about a misunderstanding, okay? Maybe they walked by the same time he had his phone out or something. No. He was really doing all that. Those cops were right. And they had this big stack, folders and shit. And when they confiscated his phone, they found so much more. They had her come in. They had her look at the stuff. Bring the daughter, too. And, at first she wasn't recognizing herself, And he had her look closely. And then, it's not her clothes. And it's definitely a wig. But that's her face. And when it came to the daughter, there was a birthmark that she recognized. The cops told her, look closer. Don't you have that same birthmark? And then she really just started freaking out. Okay. The mom come back like a boss. Starts kicking him out, moving all his shit out. She goes and gets a fucking divorce. They found he had hidden cameras even over at the in-laws. When you go over there, he'd sneak footage of them changing, and he'd upload them onto these fucking forums and websites and shit without them knowing. Shit. I'm gonna hit my pop. Hold up. Okay. I'm trying to fix it. If there's makeup on my teeth, you can kill me for it later. Alright. You can. YouTube, you know I'm kidding, right? Like, it kills me inside. Can't say words. Words. Anyway. I got lipstick on my hand. Oh my god. I couldn't stop coughing and my eyes started watering. Okay, so if my makeup looks like it's messed up, that's why. Anyway, it was this side. But, yeah, that's the one I've got more exposed. Shut up, just don't look at it, okay? Anyway, I don't have my notes. We gotta share her story though, okay? I don't know what the book is about that Caroline drew. I mean, I'm sure it's something pertaining to their story. I mean, this guy, he did this for over a decade. He would have these guys come over. They would park. He'd have them park like way far away, down the street, way down. And he, bless you, poor mittens. Anyway, he'd have them take like trips through, like in between houses, and take certain ways where they wouldn't get seen by motion lights from neighbors, so that they can go undetected. And when they get there, they have to leave their clothes outside, and they can't have no scent on them, no smoke, no tobacco, no smoke, tobacco, same thing, yeah. No cologne, no smell like that. And then when you get there, you gotta wash your hands in hot water, or warm them up by here, and you gotta keep them on. You can't have cold hands. Because you can wake her up. Oh my god. I've even seen a video game that was like that. And, my husband seen that game. I can't believe he wasn't appalled. I was, because, I saw myself. Because sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, I catch him. And he's like, what are you doing? He tried to make it like, oh, I'm just looking for something. And it's like, yeah, but how come my arm's inside my nightgown and why are my panties on the floor? For the longest time, I thought I had like some sort of like sleepwalking habit where I would undress myself in my sleep. But that was not the case. It was not the case. Being that, because I was not his only victim. People who go after people who that are not yet developed, you know, and they've got something wrong with their brains, and I don't know if they can be fixed. Because I was not his only victim. And he went on to land himself a tier 3 for life. Yep. And this older man, he's 72 years old. They're talking about giving him 20 years, and people in the community are saying that's not enough. But I mean, if he's 72, is he really going to live until he's 92? Or would he get out and go for good behavior? Like my dad's imaginary good behavior that he's never displayed before. And tell you what, people getting out early for good behavior when they're in prison for that sort of thing, like take Gypsy Rose for instance. You know, she should have got out and went into a halfway house where they could have helped her with actual reform, where she's not going off and doing the same exact thing that she was doing before going to prison, which is exactly what she's doing. A halfway house would have helped her get a job, but of course she would have had to attend all kinds of programs and therapy, and Gypsy Rose don't think she needs all that. But the biggest thing of all, and why I think TMZ planted Ryan in the mix to fake the marriage just to get her out so that she didn't have to go to the halfway house. Because right when she got out, they switched things up and she went right back to the fucking guy she was with before. The bartender that the prison didn't want her getting out and going to. Imagine that. I think they planted Ryan just to get her out so that she didn't have to go to the halfway house. Because, this is why. If she would have went to the halfway house, TMZ wouldn't have had as much access to her with their dumb cameras. And wasn't that what the whole thing was about when they were getting her out of there? Getting her a show? They wanted to put her on a show. If she would have went to a halfway house, you guys think of this, okay? If she would have went to a halfway house, one of the crew members could have snuck something to one of the other people in the halfway house, somebody who actually is trying to deal with, their recovery process, and they could sneak them something and make her fuck up somebody else's process. What is that? Oh shit, my battery's gonna die on my phone. I'm not done telling you the story. How full are you? 42%. That's probably about 2 phone calls worth of juice. I know, right? I'm gonna need you close. Here I go. Okay. Alright. Yeah, the cameras, they wanted all that access to Gypsy Rose. So, hell, maybe Ken's involved with TMZ, because like I said in that other video, I said, that kiss of death, when he gave her that kiss, and then all of a sudden he lost interest in her. They're all just actors anymore, you guys. And I wonder about the fertility doctor she went and seen right when she got out. Did they pull one of her eggs out and put it in somebody else? Did she have a surrogate? There's no way she popped the baby out, and not even a week later, she's showing off all that. Yeah, okay, Gypsy. Okay, but we as the rest of the media and shit and people out there. We just have to accept it now, don't we? Now, don't we? Yeah? Yeah. The Pelicot story is not going to be accepted. Okay? Nobody's rolling over on this one. Okay? You need to delete the crimes. Yeah? All of the crimes. Especially those kind. I'm sorry, I'm so congested. Okay, alright, where am I? In Dominique's family, nobody was safe. Some of these guys had so much fun, they come back. These sessions would go on, some of them for like 5 to 6 hours at a fucking time. Yikes, right? He would drug her with multiple various things. He liked to use Ambient and what was that other one? Diazepam or some shit. Fucking Valium and Klonopin and shit. I don't know. Ambient. He's mixing it together, and he would teach other people how to do it, and they'd get the deep drug, and they'd make their own, like, concoctions trying to knock them out. One time he got her a beer, and she realized, it was green. I guess what he crushed up was blue, and sucking in it was some Valium or blue. It could turn beer green, and he took it, yanked it from her real quick, dumped it out, before she can, if she wanted to take it back to the store, say, oh, maybe we got a bad batch. And he took it from her and real quick dumped it out. I mean, this couple, people thought they were the picture-perfect couple. And he would always call his wife a saint. But in the bedroom at night, when he was making his little videos, he would call her such awful things. He would dress her in different clothes, put the wig on her. He let these guys come and violate her, and then he taught other people how to do it. And she started to realize, because she'd go to move in the kitchen somewhere, and she would stumble and go to catch herself. She'd fall. She's missing clumps of her hair every now and again. What's going on? What's happening to me? Her kids wanted to have a conversation with her, and these people, they're grandparents and shit. Their children's children want to hang out with their grandparents, and grandma's just, halfway through a conversation, she could switch up and start talking about something else. And like, Mom, are you okay? Trying to get through to her, but her eyes should just be miles gone. It was getting bad because it's been going on like 10 years. And he was just out of sheer luck. The store catches him filming videos up a skirt. And those cops, man, they saved the day putting two and two together and bringing in his wife. And saving the fucking day. Because, oh my gosh, I don't think she would have lasted much longer, you guys. I mean, some of these men would be riddled with disease. They had her riddled with disease. One of them even had HIV. Thank God he didn't spread it to her or anything like that. But, yeah, I mean, sneaky. You think you know a person. And he left her in so much debt. Getting credit cards out and getting loans in her name. Leaving her like $600,000 in debt. Are you fucking kidding me? When I heard about the story, oh my gosh, something in me I broke down. I couldn't bear to let it go and not have it be on my platform too. Okay? But I'm not telling you just for the cloud of it all. Okay? Just because it's a big story right now. That's not why I tell it. I tell my side of the story because I know what it's like to be trapped in that body and unable to move. My cat is in the cupboard again. I bet you. I stuck a piece of Butterfinger in my mouth, and then I remembered more. You know how back in the 90s, they didn't have all the DNA testing shit that they got now? Well, once they got dude's DNA, there was a couple cold cases back in the day. One from like 91 and one from 99. And, oh, hello, Mama. Who invited you onto my lap? Oh, I'm just walking across. Okay. Just walk all over here. Oh, you coming back? No? Okay. Alright. She's here. Anyway. Dude, he ain't admitting to one. He won't admit to one. I think it was a death case. Like, you know, is that the one that died? But like, I don't know about those cases. I didn't look into the ones from 1991 and 1999, but or whether or not they were both R-word and took out, or if we missed R-word and just let go. I don't know, but he admits to one of the cold cases that they opened back up. But I think his DNA matched in both cases. And then there's this case with his wife for the past decade. So, you know, maybe 20 years, it does sound a little shy if you look at the precedent it sets if somebody younger gets caught. Because if somebody younger gets caught, 20 years might not be shit. What if you get caught when you're 20? What, you get to get out when you're 40? That's a whole, you got a whole life ahead of you? Come on. No. I couldn't imagine living another 40 years. I mean, it's been enough heartache over here on this end. I'll tell you what. Okay. I being messed with while you're trying to sleep when you're at your most vulnerable. Okay, I ain't lying when I say it happened all through elementary school. Alright. I started running away very young. First time I skipped school was in first grade. Trying to get more sleep. Because I needed more sleep. Because I was being fucked with while I was sleeping. It was a heart-wrenching story for me when I heard it. Because, you know, I knew where she was coming from. And when you don't know what's happening, when you're being violated, it's awful. But I mean, she too, she's the same age that guy is. Okay, they started doing this when they were 62. And, yeah, he started in 2011. No, that's what it was. He started in 2011, and he got caught in 2020. There was thousands of files, and one of them, I mean, they were just labeled wife. I mean, one of them was even labeled wife's daughter. And what's weird is, you know, that's his daughter too. He was asked if he likes that sort of thing. He said clearly older is more my type. why share her with the world then, you know? I mean, people thought they were the perfect couple. You know, like, happy-go-lucky. That's your perfect family, you know? The things you can hide behind closed doors. Yeah? The cops asked them if they ever have guests over. She says every now and again they'll have lunch or dinner. Yeah, every now and again. But it wasn't friends like the cops were referring to. Pelicot. Dude, in his life and in his family wasn't nobody safe. I have other stories on my channel. Hi, if you don't know me. My name is Leland. I'm usually not wearing black lipstick. I don't have lips. I used to feed the squirrels over here. They come right to my door and take the peanuts right out my hand. I got a lot of joy out of doing it, so I figured YouTube could use a little extra wholesome on the platform. So I started sticking my camera in their faces. And
what's it? Tell me one more time.
I put them on the Wonderful World YouTube. That way others can enjoy them too. I got a lot of joy out of them, so I wanted to share some of that joy. That's why the Swirly Brigade came to the YouTubes. And then I started telling them stories about people on the YouTubes. But now they're not here anymore for me to tell them my stories. But you guys are still here. You can hear yours truly tell a story. A sad story, sad video today, yeah? Yeah. But Gisele wanted her story told, and I figure I can maybe help share her story. Maybe I can do it some justice by adding my own story. Yeah, I have a story, and I have my own opinions too. Please don't judge me for them. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. And don't forget to click the like button. Yeah? Yeah. Been real. I know a lot of people got this video really long. The story is a long one, isn't it? I'm trying to get it out as quickly as I can. But, yeah, some parts get... I don't have my notes. And I have already got it recorded. Do you hear that? They were just running across it there. I mean, they've got a kid. He's probably 6 by now. We've been here for almost a year. Right? We got here April 1st. Yeah. Tell me you didn't hear that. If I find something that I haven't said that I remembered that I've already got recorded, I will cut that little snip out and I'll put it over with this one. I'll add them together. But I don't want to, I don't like the fact that you can hear my husband through the wall. I really don't like that. Don't forget about the buttons. You know the ones. You know the ones. You know the ones. Been real. Look, I'm in my bedroom. Yeah. Some of us wait too long, and we miss our chance to get any sort of apologies. I lost my chance. It was all through elementary school. Mom didn't catch him for herself till I was fucking 12. 12. I didn't develop till I was 14 either, too, so, yeah. Her parents weren't good parents, man. Some people just shouldn't have kids. Anyway, these girls, this monster in their lives, okay, because nobody stopped him. He kept going. And he kept getting more and more fucking weird. Alright, one day, he's out doing one of his, normal little things, something he does for content. Yeah, he runs a page or a channel or something, I don't know. It's not on YouTube. It was, he had this, he had some account going on this site called Without Them Knowing. They have since shut it down, thank God. This guy, he didn't just start doing this, he only just started recording it. He'd been doing it for a grip. And come to find out, he actually has been doing it for a grip, but I'm sure he's been doing it his whole life. Cases like this are usually like private and hidden and junk. Like a fucking warrior. She wants the story told. This is where I come in. And the rest of us on YouTube here that's sharing the story. Because, a lot of us are, we got to share the story. I share the story with reason and with emotion and opinion and passion. Okay? Everyone else, they'll just tell you the story like a reporter. Rotten Mango, they tell the story like a story time, and she really gets into it. I like listening to it. Anyway, the daughter decided to write a book about it. The mother wants the case public. The YouTubes is allowing the story to be shared. Yes, this may be something that happened in France, but those websites reach everywhere. Okay? He was talking to other people in there that they too would also do the same shit. They would trade pictures and fucking videos and images back and forth. Yeah, he had files. He had files on his phone and his computer labeled wife, whore, and wife's daughter. But isn't that your daughter? He disassociates himself from his family. Okay? I mean, this guy is big time creep. One of her friends, long time ago, when she 20 years into the relationship, she got a warning from a friend. They tried to warn her. That warning, she did not heed that warning, and she chose him over her. She realizes now what a mistake that was. And, I wish my mom understood, when I'm getting my feet tickled, it's really soothing. And I will fall asleep. But when he started going up my leg and doing my calf and trying to go up my thigh, and I swat his hand away, when he started going up, because I don't need all that shit. I don't like that. Don't touch me there. Don't touch me there. But how many times did I fall asleep unable to stop him? How much further did he go? I mean, the things he has said, the way he's talked to me since as long as he's known my mom, as long as he's been with her, he was somebody that actually knew the family, because with this monster, nobody's safe. In my family, I was the target. I don't know why. None of my sisters believe me too, and they all think I'm just lying because, maybe they think I got attention from what happened with before, and that I was trying to get some of that attention again. But if you believe me, that's it. But Not the fucking case. I'm talking about Pelicot. They want the story public. They want the story heard. They want people to know what a monster he is and how nobody stopped him and he just kept on going. Nobody was safe. His daughter, he had images of his daughter. He had images of his daughter-in-laws. Yeah, he'd go stay over with his sons for a while or watching the house or something. I don't know, barbecues and shit. I don't know. And then the girls, they get tired. They just get tired. Or, well, at the in-laws, I take it back. At the in-laws, what it was he stashed cameras. She thinks they're going to the police station, just because it's a misunderstanding, right? It's a misunderstanding. Gotta be. Like, he had his phone in his hand or whatever, and she bent over, and it just went past her, and it was just a glimpse of an accident. It was so much more than that. Because once they had that phone, they had those other files. And there was all kinds of stuff on there attached, assaults. Yeah, certain assaults. It was amazing how many pictures and images and videos and files and fucking all that shit. It's amazing. Thousands. Hey, he would meet these guys on this forum, this chat room place. And they would talk about doing this shit to their wives and their daughters and all kinds of shit. Nieces and women in their lives, people they know, because it's someone you fucking know. 73 men, 51 identified, ages ranging from 26 to 73. Okay, some of these sessions would last like 6 hours at a fucking time. She immediately filed for a divorce when she found out about this. Started packing up all her shit, moving the fuck out, getting away from the guy. Okay, he'd been drugging her like Chile Castro. Yeah, drugging her like Chile Castro for the past fucking decade. Chile Castro says that stuff's good for you. Chile Castro said that stuff makes sex fun. Oh yeah? Ask her that. Let's ask Gisele if it's a good old fun time. Huh? Being trapped in your body and unable to move? Yeah, no, not a good time. Not a good time. I'd wake up and catch him, and then he'd be pretend like he's looking for something. He's trying to look for something or whatever. But why is my arm in my nightgown and my panties on the floor over there? And for the longest time, I thought I had a habit there was like a sleepwalking habit of undressing myself in my sleep. As it turns out, that was not the case. And being that my parents missed all the fucking signs, even the clear warning from the little brother, they still just turn the other cheek, didn't show me. Yeah, why? I didn't get to go to Cedar Point with them either when they went to the roller coasters and junk. To this day, I've still never been on a fucking roller coaster. I didn't get to do so much growing up. I mean, I didn't get shit. And for that fucking Gypsy Rose to try to act like she had some kind of childhood like mine. I'm sorry, that Kate saying she stole her story and junk. Yeah, from when I hear her story, ain't even fucking real. Neither. But my story? I had the biggest pity me mom on the planet. Back in the fucking 80s. Yeah. The biggest pity me mom on the planet in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, she was fucking bad, dude. Any little thing we did wrong, she would write it down. She had a 3-subject notebook. Each subject was one of her kids. She would exaggerate and fabricate all kinds of shit in that notebook. And then, come time for our probation appointment, she just handed our PO the whole book. Yep. She kept us locked up and out of the way so that she could start over with her new boyfriend and the baby that was still young enough to where she could grow up to call the new guy dad. And she did. Mom didn't like that we older kids were always putting it in her ear to know, he's not your dad. If he's hurting you, you can tell somebody. You can tell, even if he was your dad, you please fucking tell somebody. Gypsy Rose trying to normalize it. You think her kid would tell somebody? No. She'd think it's a normal thing. It was just her turn. And then if it doesn't happen, and she ends up hypersexual, and it doesn't happen to her, then she's going to think that something's wrong with her because it happened to everybody else, but then it happened to her. Think about it. If this shit is normalized, and she just, like with Nick's dad said he had to go up there and tell them to shut up multiple times because they were up there fucking like rabbits. She says she never got fucking pleasure. She says she never actually had sex with Nick. Are you fucking kidding me, you dumb bitch? Wait. Yeah, she's trying to say she's still a virgin when she met Ryan and Ken and got out. She said she was still a virgin up until the day she got out. That book is full of fucking lies. She's trying to rewrite her story. And we need to make sure that the narrative is known, that there was no Munchausen by proxy. If anybody's got something like that, it's Gypsy. Gypsy would squeeze her mom's hand. Gypsy would do the fucking talking. Gypsy would sign the fucking papers. Gypsy would set up the fucking Facebook pages. It was all Gypsy. It was always Gypsy. And for her to be able to get out of prison and to go right back to doing the exact same fucking thing, I'm sorry, but that is not a punishment. Treat her just as you would any other online predator. She groomed somebody into thinking that she was a trapped princess that was being trapped by an evil witch that needed to be fucking rescued. That's a problem. It's a problem. Back to my notes. She wants to see if others are able to learn from this story. So I want to help with that. Oh yeah, I want to help with that. Because when the monsters don't get caught, they just get worse. Yeah? Cocky about it too. That guy, man, he called his wife a saint. They were like the picture perfect happy couple. And the cops asking them if they're fucking swingers and shit. And if they have people over at weird hours. She said they have people over for dinner or whatever. And no, it's not like this. Okay. This guy would have these people park way far away. And maybe over at the park down the street. Yeah, you can go park down one over there. And when they get there to the house, they got to take all their clothes off. Outside, I guess. Not in the house or in the room. Because he doesn't want them to have to find anything if they have to get up and hide or run. He doesn't want nothing to be laying around left noticed. And he didn't want to wake her, surely, of course. So, but yeah, he had her drugged to all hell. And, I mean, she was so unconscious. She was practically comatose. And I've been in a coma, too. So, yeah, I knew what that's like, too. I was in a 4-month coma when I was 8 years old because I fell out of a fucking tree. Yeah. A squirrel climbed on my hand. Yeah. Little shits. I held the biggest grudge against squirrels for the longest time. And once I married a hunter, and I warmed up to him a little bit. I was sitting out there in the field while he's up in the tree stand. I'm just sitting there and I got my little bush all around me and junk. And these squirrels come up playing on the log. It was super cute. Anyway, this story is not a laughing matter. Damn it. This fucking monstrous guy. I can't believe he went on to do that to his wife, his daughter, both his daughter-in-laws, because he had 2 sons also. People thought they were just a normal couple. One of the guys she even knew. One of the people lived just a few houses down. Yeah, and people working at places in town, in the neighborhood, and all around it, stuff like that. If her neighbor's house caught on fire, I guarantee you that firefighter will be out there spraying the hose or some shit. That lady, she started getting to the point where she was losing weight, having dizzy spells and fainting spells. Chunks of her hair, clumps of her hair was falling out because where he was drugging her and keeping her doped up so often so that people could have their way with her. One time, he even had her in the car that they were driving. And she never sleeps in the car, yet she slept for 8 fucking hours. Yeah, he stopped at a rest stop, meeting up with guys off the forum. Just fucking sick. Dude wouldn't even want money out of him. It's like, he just wanted to record it. He's just sick motherfucker, dude. And every woman in his life, I swear to God, nobody was safe. Fucking no one. Everybody was a fucking target to him. Everybody was a victim for him in his eyes. I mean, Dominique, he in big trouble, okay? But yeah, since she was 62, he'd been fucking drugging her and letting guys have their way with her. Her getting R-worded again and again and again. Having problems and with pain and shit. Just again and again and again. And the cameras that he put up in the in-laws and junk. And doing that shit to his daughter, too. From way back in the day. Sick motherfucker, dude. Just fucking sick. And when you go after them when they're real young, goddamn, that's a sick fucking bastard. That's somebody that's probably been doing this shit for a while, and they don't care who that victim turns out to be. And it really sickens me. And though they may get caught, and they may end up having to do their time and shit, but then, they say, it's done. They've served their time, and they're done. And they go right back to doing it again. For us victims, the nightmares continue. The nightmares don't ever stop. Our punishment for nothing, because why is it our fault? We continue to, lose. I lose. All I get to do is lose. I'm always losing. I'm a loser. Guess that would make me a loser, right? I mean, I don't ever win. I'll cheat like Gypsy Road. Over that broad. And people fucking putting her up on this pedestal, making her rich and shit, trying to turn her into a fucking celebrity. The broad is a cash cow, dude. That's all. TMZ and all them, they saw dollar signs on that shit. And I bet you they planted those fucking relationships. Just as they probably planted when the gypsy seeds in a fucking surrogate when she went to that fertility doctor. Yeah. I mean, if it's not a baby doll, it's got to be what happened. And I mean, I saw two videos that mentioned something about breeding. And I clearly said, not body shaming. It's not body shaming. It's just it's question. But yeah, no, she has been so emotional. I mean, and her tears on camera are just flowing. Sometimes she get real angry. She be just happy out of nowhere. Her fucking emotions are all over the place, and she is constantly backing up Gypsy. And the thing with the hacker happening the day before, and him sending so many of her fucking viewers to Telegram. This is probably 5 people is probably all he needed, but he wound up getting like 3,000. I bet you, maybe even 30,000. I don't know. 9 million people. 9 million people. What the fuck? No, I ain't one of them people. Are we gonna build this fucking fucker? There was more about the case I want to say. I keep on hearing him. It's throwing me off. Yeah, they were like the pitch perfect couple. And here he is having these weird creepy guys coming in and assaulting his wife for fucking the next decade, for a whole decade. Oh, get this, okay. Right. Now, back in the 90s, they didn't have everybody's DNA so easily accessible. They had a couple cold cases. You know, I think there was something from 1991 and another one from 1999. Now, he won't admit to one of them, from what I hear allegedly, okay, he won't admit to the one from 1991, but he has admitted to the assault that happened in 1999. Because now they've got his DNA, and when they matched it with the old cold cases, it's a match. It pulled him his DNA in her file. So, yeah. And then they got their confession out of him for it. No, what happened in 1991, I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. But I know it was more sexual assault and shit. I mean, those people that need to be on that list need to be on that list. They need to be stopped. I mean, I know people can hide the fact that they're on that list. And, you know, someone for years talking to a person and still not even really truly know them. I wish those girls nothing but luck. I wish them nothing but luck. I hope the book does well and that the word gets out there, you know, where people can, you know, be more cautious of the people they're with and the sites that are out there, you know, websites and chat rooms and shit, all that junk. You know, a lot of times your first instinct about a person, a lot of times it's right. I'll attach this in another video. I gotta hang this one up. If you are someone that cares to hear anything else I might be bitching about, don't be afraid to click my subscribe button. And I've got all sorts of back footage you can watch. But don't be alarmed though. I have opinions. Okay? Please don't judge me for them. Okay? And make sure you are on board with deleting the crimes. You know, because that's the moral thing to do. Okay? It's not just for the playboys and playgirls. Anyone can do it. Just don't commit crimes. Shouldn't be that hard. Anyway, I hope you stick around. Join the neighborhood. My name is Leland, and I'm always looking to try, you know, find something to distract my mind. I want to go live, but I don't have the guts to do it yet. my confidence is not. I mean, it gets knocked down daily. All my sub count does is teeter. It's really getting ridiculous. But, and with the Gypsy Rose shit, the viewers are not clicking the people that are clicking on her, on videos about her, I'm not one of the ones that everybody's click on. So, I have stopped clicking on very lot of them. On many of them. Yup, I've stopped. I've stepped back. Because some people just don't make no fucking sense to me. Hanging her up. We out this piece, and it's been real. Don't forget to click those buttons down there. Okay? You know, it's the subscribe button and the like button. You can click the bell if you want to. Or you can even click that join button, you know. Hey. No pressure. Nobody clicks those other buttons anyways. But, I would appreciate it if something different happened in life. Because either things are the same or they're getting worse, you know. I feel like I should deserve a change by now. I really should. Where's my fucking second chance? I never got a chance to start. My mom institutionalized me and kept me medicated to where I was a fucking zombie. Yeah. As a preteen. Yeah, she did that shit to me as a preteen. You know they wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning to take your fucking blood? I woke up everybody in that fucking place with my screaming. How fucking dare they? It was so traumatizing. And in that little institution, they treat everybody like they're there for the same fucking thing. They just want to keep you medicated and out of their hair. Take your medicine, go back to the day room, and just behave. And let us monitor you and how the medication affects you. That's what those places were about. There's something in my eye. Ugh. Hashtag breaking code silence. Okay? And hashtag break the cycle. We can break the cycle. We don't have to be our parents. We don't have to follow their footsteps. People who use their past as some kind of excuse to continue that kind of behavior and affect others to where you're now the bad guy, to me that's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. You don't do that. Just because that happened to you, it doesn't make you want to do that to other people, okay? There's something sick in their mind. I never had no fucking urge to put another child through what I went through. In fact, I did everything in my power to make sure my daughter didn't grow up anything like I did. And in that, I found success. The finished product. Yeah. Let me get that laundry out of the... Hold on. I got my mushroom seat. My toadstool. Because I want to sit beside the finished product. Kept getting sidetracked and slowing me down. I got as far as I could. And then now I'm finished. So here it is. I figured I would just see. I want to finish this video off with, talking about the chemical submission. I'm going to make sure people realize, okay? Down up over there in France and shit, what they're fighting right now. You know what they're fighting right now? That chemical submission. Take note of that word, that one word in there. Submission. Them's people over there in France, them's people think that that spouse, that's their property. They think that's their property. And it can't be considered R-wording because the husband gave consent. Or it couldn't have been R-word because she never said no. Like, she's unconscious and comatose. Of course she's not going to be able to say no. Dude. And knowing what it's like to be violated while you sleep. And being somebody who would always be getting in trouble for running away and just breaking into somebody's backyard to sneak up in their treehouse and try to get a couple hours of fucking sleep. That's all I needed. That's all I wanted. I don't. And I had to deal with that all through elementary school. So yeah, the first time I skipped school was in first grade. I fell victim to the stereotypical setbacks too. And I almost wonder if it wasn't for all my past trauma, would I have fallen victim to such habits? Back to my notes. I found that fucking insane that one of the guys said, it's not our word if I got consent from the husband. It's unbelievable. And people just treat me like this. You know my cat scratch voodoo and tiny voodoo over there? Yeah, I think they're cooking up a plan, but I'm not too sure. I think they're up to something though. I'm watching you guys. I'm watching you. They're up to something. All the STDs that she got, exposed to. She was lucky she didn't catch the HIV one. She started having memory loss. And she started losing a lot of weight. She's losing chunks of hair. She's losing her balance. And her brain's like, what the fuck is wrong with my body? Why ain't it working with me? It's because he was fucking drugging her day in and day out. Yeah. And having people, all those many different guys coming over. Some of them were even returning customers, clients, I don't know, what do you call it? He never got no money off any of them. He just wanted to record it because he's a sick fuck. Because there is some people out there in the world that are they're just sick fucks. Okay? And he was one of them. All those years, he never got fucking caught. All those years. Not until he is in the supermarket where there's all these cameras around and there's always an eye in the sky. And here he is flashing his cell phone underneath women's skirts. Getting himself a good little video. A nice, good little show. What? That's so mean. So yeah, dude, she thought she was going to the police station. Just to talk about that and how, it's probably just a big misunderstanding. No, they had his cell phone. Yeah, they had his cell phone. Therefore, they had all those videos of all those people assaulting dude's wife, who was 62 years old when it started, and she was 72 when she finally caught him. That's a fucking decade. It was from 2011, from 2011 to 2020. Okay. a decade of rape. Could you fucking imagine? I didn't even have to be messed with that long. It was like 6 or 7 years. And it wasn't even developed yet. Nor was I drugged. Unless Mom was drugging me. But then she didn't mess with me like that. She laughed at me and made fun of me. But, that's about the extent of it. There's over 20,000 files on his computer or in his phone somewhere labeled abuse. Yeah, and it was a folder for wife, a folder for wife's daughter, saying how he disassociates himself and disconnects himself from any family ties with his boy toys. I don't know what you call them. Those poor ladies, poor people. Yeah, it gets worse. It does. It gets worse. Because sometimes when he'd have his wife knocked out like this, he would even go as far as to undress her and put her in lingerie of some sort. And then after the men were done doing what they do, he would clean her up without waking her. And he put her original PJs back on. Now, one of these other creators, I've listened to this story from multiple different people and channels, okay, right? But one of these creators is saying that they had to leave their clothes out on the porch. And then this other creator is saying that there's Annie Elise and there's Rotten Mango. Stephanie Sue is her name. Stephanie Sue and Annie Elise. And she said they gotta leave their clothes in the kitchen. But Rotten Mango says the clothes they gotta stay outside and not even enter the fucking house. Because if you gotta bolt it out the house, you just bolt it out the fucking house, and you can get your clothes later. Because they'll be out there with you, right? Makes more sense to me. But my God, the shit he put these people through, the mazes they had to do. I mean, it was a field trip. He had them drive somewhere, park down at the park, down the road, a fucking mile away, some shit. And then walk and take in a certain path where you're not going to trip any of the motion sensor lights that the neighbors may have on their porch. Yeah. I want to get off the gypsy issue because, there's other things out there, all right? And I mean, I've got a good bit of videos out now that discuss the microdeletion and the malingering and her narcissism and Nick getting a job at Little Caesars and her making him quit the very, very first day. What a bitch. What a bitch. But anyway, yet the guy, he taught others. He went on to be a mentor for others, trying to teach them how they too can violate their wives and daughters and nieces. How some of them even their sons. These people are sick, okay? People in forums like that, they're sick. And on Telegram, I'm telling you, on Telegram, there is so much stuff like that on there. Yeah. There's God, I can only imagine in the interrogation room. And she's looking at those pictures, and she didn't recognize herself. You guys, have you ever seen a picture of yourself where you blacked out? And it's like, when did I get there? When was this? I have. She's right. Okay? You don't look like yourself in those photos when you're like unconscious and you're not coherent. Your eyes ain't open and shining. You don't look like you. None of the people that assaulted her were people that she actually knew. One of them was a neighbor who she waved at occasionally, and I think there was another one worked at the bakery down the street or something. I don't remember. I think we're sick. Okay, we think we're sick. It started with the sore throat, and it's still there. I think it's the fourth day. What's crazy is for me, I don't ever get sick like this. No. If I get sick, it's either because I'm car sick, or I've got vertigo from being in some elevator somewhere, or I had to go so long without a cigarette, and when I finally get one, it makes me pale and it makes me sick, and it's like, if that job would have let me just go out there, and just have 2 minutes of that cigarette sucked down into my lungs, I could come back in and perform my duties so much better. Okay? To make a person continue to work when they're nicking, and there's clearly a chance to get away and take the garbage out. Just fucking let that employee smoke, and we ain't got nothing else. And everything else is fucking illegal. Cigarettes are halfway there themselves. Shit. What are people supposed to do? How are you supposed to calm your straps? Oh, yeah. What are they thinking? Big Pharma. They want everybody on antidepressants. Oh. My husband's most expensive medication. Yeah, they put me on that. There was so many times that they were adjusting me to something new, something different, something else. And let me tell you something, people out there. Okay, well, listen up. Let me tell you something. Even with the newer stuff that they call the bride, the adjusting to those medications, the antidepressants, it isn't easy. I do got a video that I'm wanting to work on about the days of coming off the antidepressants because we lost our insurance, and I had to stop going to therapy. I had to get off the antidepressants. I had to just let my knee go to waste and get worse. My knee's getting worse. It's just worse. It hurts so fucking much all the time. It's bad. Okay. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, Chloe. Pretty bad. They're both pretty bad. The doctor, when I went and got the MRI, he said that they can see it showing where the ligaments in my legs have been torn and healed, and torn and healed, and frayed and healed, and split and torn, and healed and frayed and split and torn and healed and broke and healed and broke and healed and broke. And he said, for years, he could see where it happened. I used to be able to run at least 3 blocks before my legs started going out on me. Now I can't even run a half a block anymore. If I run a half a block, I'm going to get shin splints again, and I'll be in pain for the next fucking week and a half to 2 weeks. Yup. I ain't got no fucking wheelchair. In fact, I was at boot camp. I had to keep running. I had to walk it off. I would fucking walk it off. Fucking what? Oh my God. Breaking code silence. Hashtag break the cycle. Hashtag breaking code silence. We don't have to be our parents. Okay? This is what I'm trying to get through to people. Okay? You can break the cycle. I know because I've done it. I've done it. Me. If I can do it, you can do it. Because me of all people, I strive to make sure my daughter didn't grow up anything like I did. And then I actually found success. I did. We can break the cycle. Those who use their past as an excuse to try to continue the damage and the trauma and the nightmares, you don't have to do it to somebody else just because it happened to you. You know? I mean, if that's the case, fucking goddamn Gypsy Rose's kid better watch the fuck out. Oh yeah. The other video that I've got planned on making, I've got little clips of each day when I was coming off the antidepressants. Because when my husband doesn't have anything, and when his body needs more, he says he gets vibrations in his face. Holy fucking hell. Mine were so much worse than that. Okay, it was like these... I don't know. Not on anything, okay? I don't know any other way to explain it. It was bursts of like electric in behind my eyeballs, in my head. And when I would stand up too quickly, and there was the whoosh, the humming vibration that goes. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, I got off of them. Now I don't have to worry about, needing to go fill a script anymore, at least. I got a fucking doctor.